I wish I could tell you this day started like any other, but it did not, not even close. It started with a message from my dad. Just one line, short, simple, heavy. We need to talk about her and this wedding. My heart sank because I knew what that tone meant. It was not excitement, it was not joy, it was concern, maybe even disapproval. For weeks I'd been planning our wedding with a heart full of hope. Every little detail had her in mind: the music, the food, the way the chairs would face the sunset. She was everything I prayed for: gentle yet strong, quiet yet deep. She felt like home even when the world did not. But from the start, Dad was never fully at ease with her. Not rude, not cold, just watching, as if waiting for something to go wrong. When he asked to talk, I called him right away. I heard his sigh before any word left his mouth. That sigh said everything. He started slow, like he was choosing every word carefully. Then he said it. I don't think she's the one for you. My stomach dropped. He did not shout, did not insult her, but his words still cut deep because they questioned not her worth but my choice. I asked him why, and he said something I'll never forget. She is not like us, she was not raised the same. She sees life too differently. And what if those differences tear you apart later? He did not call her bad, just different. But that difference, that's exactly what drew me to her. After he said those words, she is not like us, I went silent, not from anger, but because I needed to breathe. I asked him softly, what does not like us even mean? He hesitated, then said, she speaks her mind, even when it makes people uncomfortable. She doesn't follow traditions just because they are expected. She questions things, even me. And that's when it hit me. He did not want her to love me quietly. He wanted her to fit in quietly. But I never wanted a love that blends in. I wanted a love that stands tall, that challenges me, that brings something new to the table. So I told him, I'm not looking for love that needs everyone's approval. I'm looking for love that's real. And with her, that's what I found. He did not argue, he just sighed and said, I just don't want you to regret this later. And I understood. He was not trying to hurt me, he was trying to protect me in the only way he knew how. But safe doesn't always mean right, and different doesn't always mean wrong. That whole day felt heavier after our talk, like I was carrying someone else's doubt, while still trying to walk toward my future. I did not tell her right away. I needed time to think, not because I doubted her, but because I don't want his fears to become my words. Later that evening, she noticed. She always does. She looked at me and said, "Something's wrong, is not it?" So I told her everything. She did not flinch, did not raise her voice. She just said, "I'm not going to shrink myself just so someone can feel comfortable around me." Those words, they hit me deep. She was not proud. She was not rude. She was honest. And love, real love needs honesty, not silence dressed as peace. She told me, "I knew this would not be easy. I knew some people would find me too bold, too different. I never needed your family to understand me right away. I just needed you to stand beside me while they tied." That's when I realized this was not just about my dad's opinion, it was about my choice. Was I ready to defend a love that did not look like everyone else's? The next day, I went to see Dad again. He did not look angry, he looked unsure, like a man who wanted to understand, but did not know how. I told him, "You raised me to think for myself, to stand up for what's right, even when it's not easy. That's what I'm doing now. I'm choosing her not because she's perfect, but because she's real and she's mine." Something changed in his face. Not full agreement, but the beginning of understanding. He asked, "You really love her, don't you?" I said, "Yes, I do." For the first time, he did not argue, he just said, "If you are standing beside her with your full heart, then I will not stand in your way." That was enough because I don't need his full approval, only his trust. Weeks passed. He did not turn warm overnight, but he tried. Small questions, small gestures, quiet effort. She noticed too. She said, "He may never be loud with his love, but showing up, that's his way of saying, 'I see you.'" She met him with grace, no bitterness, just patience. And one evening, the three of us sat together, the night calm, no tension, no walls. Dad looked at her and said, "You are different, but I can see why he loves you." She smiled, and that was enough. 2 days before the wedding, Dad called me again. We sat in the same old living room. He looked at a photo of me as a child and said, "You are not that boy anymore." Then softly added, "I was wrong about her. I see now what she brings out in you. You are steadier, more patient, more sure. That's not something people fake. That's what love does." My throat tightened. Then he said, "I'll stand by you both." And in that moment, everything I hoped for finally made sense. Because love doesn't always ask others to understand, it just keeps showing up until they do. He did not need her to be like us, he just needed to see that she loved me right. And she did. She always had.